On my last video, I did the drawing of an object and then we turned it into a print, which went really well. But the thing I've been thinking about is I hadn't really explained how to draw the object that you had chosen. So what I've done is I've just thrown together a quick video of just the basic things when you've chosen your object to look for. So you need to look at the shape of the object, break it down into shapes, and not let your head tell you that it's a camera, that it's a cassette player, and just showing you how to get your drawing started. Okay, what I thought I'd do is I thought we'd just stick with the camera, because I think that really is such a sort of easy object to break the shapes down into. So when you're drawing, you should really only look at shapes. So when you look at a camera, the first shape is that it's rectangle. It's rectangular. That's the first thing you should think about. You shouldn't allow your head to say it's a camera. The minute your head's telling your hand it's a camera, you will draw it how your head thinks a camera looks, and that won't, and I can tell you now, that will not be a good drawing. So it's all a case of breaking down the shapes. So the first shape is a rectangle, the next shape is the circle, and then we've got rectangles here, got the little knobs on top, which are rectangles with those nice sort of oval tops. Just looking for the shapes. I mean, these are actually little cylinders, and it's quite interesting to do your sort of little ovals. Think of them as little cylinders, and here, and then we've got circles within circles. So a camera is very easy to break down. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is the shapes. So we have a rectangle. I am looking at the camera on my PowerPoint on my computer, because it's really important for me to still look at that. So that's my rectangle, and then I can see a quarter of the way down. So there's a sort of line goes across here. Look, I'm keeping my pen really light. Work in a pen. It means you have to correct it. It means you can't keep rubbing out your lines, because if you rub them out, you will do the same wrong line again. So here, and then I can see, I'm going to work out where the middle is. It's about here, because I know that the lens comes up above this, so it sits right in the middle, and I'm just going to do this nice freehand circle. Okay, so that's your basic, that's your basic, your camera has begun, and then the circle in the middle. So now, once you've got that in place, you can start then applying your marks. Here, I love on these, on the knobs at the top, you've got, they are actually, I must move it further along, they are little cylinders, so I actually draw them as little cylinders, like that. So I've got that lovely feeling of, and then you've got another one here, just there, like that. So I've just drawn them as little cylinders, and then they come down like this, and then I've got the little catch here. Now here, I've got the viewfinder, which I shouldn't think of as a viewfinder, I should totally think of it as a rectangle. I'm letting my line get a little bit dark there, a little bit dark on my line, along here, and then I've got this up here, which again, it's a nice little cylinder. So there I have it. That's a really basic beginning. And then you've got the lovely job of the mark making. Now the great thing about this is the mark making is here, is you've got this really lovely texture here, which I can just create by doing this, literally by creating marks like that, cross hatching my marks. And then once you're off, you can just start adding more marks. You can start working into your camera. This is obviously going to be dark in here, and you can start developing it and adding marks and getting darker, doing that light and shadow.